Hello friends, welcome to another video. So in the series of discussion related to cell cycle and cell division, we were talking about the different aspects of cell cycle, in which the previous discussion was related to mitosis, that is the nuclear division happening through mitosis. So the next thing that we are supposed to discuss is meiosis. So before which I would like to have some basic similarities and differences that meiosis is going to have when compared to mitosis. So that is going to be the objective of this particular video. Meiosis is usually, it is going to be a reductional division. It is going to be a reductional division, which means that, say if you have a cell with 2N that is diploid, when it undergo meiosis, you see the cell to be haploid. So the ploid is reduced by half. Hence it is called as a reductional division, whereas mitosis is going to be an equational division where the ploid is going to be maintained. So in case if you see a diploid cell, the daughter cells will also be diploid in case of mitosis, whereas in meiosis it is going to be the 1/2, right? You see 4 different types of cells which are genetically dissimilar to parent cell. So these things you will be able to recognize once we start our discussion with respect to meiosis, right? Whereas in case of mitosis, these two cells will be, two daughter cells will be produced. Say if you have 2N, you will be able to see 2 daughter cells will be produced, right? And these 2 cells are going to be genetically similar to that of parent cell. Whereas it is going to be 4, N, N, N and N, right? So these are some basic fundamental differences between the mitosis and meiosis, right? In knowing this, whether the scheme that you have seen in mitosis, well, the scheme is going to be followed in meiosis. Say for example, sir, I have understood the mitosis concepts in pretty clear. Will I be able to use the same ideology or the same concept in understanding meiosis also, right? This is one big question, right? So before getting answer to that question, where exactly meiosis happens, right? So where exactly meiosis happens, right? So let's take in case of animals, or let's take humans, right? Let us take humans, right? Humans, generally meiosis happens during gametogenesis. Generally it happens during gametogenesis. So genesis means formation, gamete means male gamete and female gamete, so gametogenesis. So in that case, if you take testis in case of male, there is going to be spermatogonium, which is nothing but a diploid cell which produces sperms or spermatids, which is haploid and 4 in number. Similarly, this is going to be in case of male. In case of female, you see the oogonium, which is there in the ovary, which is diploid, will produce an ovum, which is haploid, right? And usually these two will fertilize and then form a diploid zygote, right? So this is one practical scenario where you can see the meiosis happening, and you could see the ploid is getting reduced here. So this is in case of animal. Whereas in case of plants, before the formation of gamete, there is going to be a transition of phase. In case of plant, there is going to be a transition of phase from sporophyte to gametophyte, right? Sporophyte to gametophyte. So this is going to be diploid, this is going to be haploid, and here where you see the division, meiosis is getting involved, and this gametophyte will have the gamete, right? Okay. Say in case of the androgium, that is the male part of the flower, androgium. In microsporangia, we have microspore mother cell or pollen mother cell, which undergo meiosis to form microspore, which is haploid. This is going to be diploid. Whereas in gynoecium, that is the female part of the flower, you have the megaspore mother cell, which is basically a diploid, will form megaspore, which is haploid, right? So now you see there is a change between the sporophytic phase to gametophytic phase. Now this microspore will eventually become the pollen grain, which is the male gametophyte, and this megaspore become the embryo sac, which is the female gametophyte, which is going to have the male gamete, and the embryo sac is going to have the female gamete. So this is going to be the importance of meiosis, both with respect to animals as well as with respect to plants, right? Hope you have an idea. So once you get into the specific chapters, you will exactly appreciate where the mitosis and meiosis are happening, right? And finally, the question is it same as mitosis? Friends, in short, the meiosis is going to have two subphases, that is meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, and each one is going to have prophase 1, metaphase 1, anaphase 1, telophase 1. There's going to be prophase 2, metaphase 2, going to be anaphase 2 and telophase 2. And whatever concept that you have read, that you have understood with respect to mitosis is same applied here. There is no bigger deviation, but only thing is there is going to be a reduction in ploidy. And the major thing that you see here, the difference that you see here is with respect to the prophase 1. The prophase 1 is the major difference that you see between the mitosis and meiosis, right? So once you have understood the exact events happening in prophase 1, then you can apply the same concept as happening in mitosis, right? Fine. And let me say you take a 2n cell, this is going to become n in meiosis 1, and see in meiosis 1 itself the ploidy is getting reduced, and I can call this as a meiocyte 1, and this further undergo meiosis 2, and you will be able to see n. Here you don't see any reduction in ploidy. The reduction in ploidy has already happened in meiosis 1. Meiosis 2 is going to just maintain the ploidy, right? Meiosis 2, this is going to just maintain the ploidy. So I can say meiosis 2 is as same as mitosis, whereas the meiosis 1 is also somewhat similar to mitosis, but there is a difference because there is a reduction in ploidy. So these are all some basic understanding that you need to have before entering into meiosis, right? So in case we haven't understood any concepts here, you did not very, provided if you look into the exact things happening in meiosis, you will be able to have an idea, okay, with utmost clarity, right? So I'll stop the discussion here. In this next video, we will start with meiosis, that too the meiosis 1, and I have said the most important crucial events are happening in prophase 1, right? So thanks for joining, friends. We will meet in the next video. Thank you.